The next thing we're going to do now is we're going to run our test to make sure everything is going great. So npm run test. Yeah, so all test cases pass. We had 6 test cases and they all pass. This is good so far. The next thing will be to deploy our smart contract to the RSK testnet. So let's go ahead and run npm RSK testnet. So this deployment process is going to take time because a lot has to go on under the hood, the whole mining process, and so it takes some time, you know. So we are just going to come back to that, but when it's successfully deployed, it's going to give us the address on the RSK testnet blockchain where our smart contract was deployed on. Remember, we have 2 smart contracts. We are deploying these 2 smart contracts. It's going to give us 2 addresses on the RSK testnet where our smart contracts have been deployed to, and we are going to check out the addresses, and also the next step will be to verify. The next step will be to verify the smart contracts to make sure we provide additional informations. Like, you know, when we compile our source code, it is converted into bytecode, and bytecode is what is being deployed on the blockchain. But remember, because of transparency, because of the open source nature of smart contracts, it will be good to provide additional information and not just the bytecode. So that's what the verification process it's all about. So let's see what's going on. Yes, so as you can see here, the first smart contract has been deployed. As you can see, RSK starter log was deployed on RSK testnet with this address. Yeah. The second smart contract, RSK starter, was also successfully deployed. So let's copy these addresses because we are going to need them during verification. So let me go to the text file, and yeah, so we have 2 smart contracts that were deployed on separate addresses. Okay. So before we verify, it's a good idea to flatten both smart contracts into one file. That way it will be easy for us to do the verification. So let's run, let's run npm run flatten. So this is, as you can see, we have another file that was generated called flatten. Where's the file? Yeah, so you can see this is the file, and both smart contracts have been combined into one file. Let us move this license, so we just have one license in the file. Yeah, so we can proceed now that we've flattened the file. So the next thing we're going to do now is the verification. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is the verification. I'm sorry for moving my tabs up and down. So let's proceed to the verification process. The way we are going to do that is simply by checking out those addresses. Okay, and let's copy let's copy the first address, RSK starter log. This is the first address. Let's go to our Explorer. So as you can see, this is the address on RSK testnet where our first smart contract was deployed on. And if you click on the code section, you see that it was the bytecode that was deployed. And this is not enough, this does not encourage any transparency. So let's verify it. The smart contract name is RSK starter log. So let's add our source file, which is a flattened file. Select a compiler version of 0.8.7. Yeah, let's follow these steps to make sure everything is going on fine. Yeah, everything is going great. So let's hit verify and see. So the verification process is taking place. Yeah, so contract verification successful. Let's go back. So if you go back to the address now, the smart contract address, you see that there's a check box here. So let's click on this code to see. As you can see, the verification process has added our contract ABI, application binary interface. Then we have our contract source code. So anybody can take a look at the source code of our smart contract before interacting with it, so they'll see how it was written and the functions and all that. Then it also gives us compilation settings, for the smart contract, like the contract name, the compiler version, and all that. And we still have our bytecode. So this is awesome. We've been able to verify the first smart contract. Let's verify the second smart contract. So the second one, let's simply copy the address and do the same thing. This is the second smart contract address. Let's head back to Testnet Explorer. Yeah, this is the second smart contract that was deployed to this address. So as you can see the bytecode, let's go through the verification process. The contract name is going to be RSK starter. Then we still need to upload our source file, change our compiler version. Now, this is, we are going to do something a little different from the verification process that we did the first time. For the second smart contract, there's a constructor, and I'll show you the source code. Let's look at the source code of the second smart contract. So this is the second smart contract. This is the one we're trying to verify, and as you can see, the constructor is taking an address variable. So and this address is going to be the address of the first smart contract that we verified. So we need to input some more information because of the constructor. So let's go back to, they said no. So we are going to put the address of the first smart contract that was deployed, and this is the address of the first smart contract. We're going to include it in the constructor argument. We're going to pass as an argument to the constructor because it is required. Okay. I hope you are following through. So let's verify now. Yeah, so contract verification was successful, and as you can see, it has generated the different artifacts to ensure transparency. We have our ABI, contracts ABI, the source code is there, compilation settings, and our constructor argument, which was the address that we passed, and our bytecode. So this has been interesting. I hope everyone can also go through these steps to practice this demo. Yeah, so congratulations, and thank you for joining me on this process. So for more ideas, for next step, you could do the following to improve the smart contract application. You could change the smart contracts to do something specific to what you want. You could add more tests. You could improve code coverage, linked code, self-audit for security issues, implement a front-end client application to talk to your dApp. Thank you very much.